Question, please. Can you please tell us, was this kind of success at least or not?
Thank you very much.
So are we expecting to get the final decision in 3 days?
In 3 days, I'm sure that we can find the solutions. And actually, this day was very good because usually we don't have time at all to talk beforehand before we come together to make decisions. And this was, in that sense, this was extraordinary meeting. We had at least 5 big issues on the agenda. The first, of course, Greece, and the second, how to use EFSF more flexible way. Is it possible to get some funding, extra funding from IMF, from BRIC countries, for instance, and banking issues and things like that. So, and the governance issue. So this was really good occasion to talk about. Thank you very much.
That's the no agreement between France and Germany has influenced the results of the summit today.
I don't think that there's been a specific problem between France and Germany. There are lots of different opinions, and we have tried to settle the situation. So I'm sure that we can find a solution by Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nendel teemadel. Jah, ülemkogu arutelud olid Eesti jaoks päris rõõmustavad, et me oleme viimased paar aastat käinud siin Brüsselis ülemkogudel ja alati me oleme tegelenud kriisihaldusmeetmetega, aga seekord ülemkogul me põhilise teemana käsitlesime siis Euroopa Liidu majanduskasvu ja see on Eesti jaoks ülimalt oluline teema. Me oleme huvitatud mitte ainult kriisi haldamisest, mitte ainult tulekahju kustutamisest, ehk me saame aru, et kriisi ajal kriisi haldamine ja tulekahju kustutamine on kõige olulisem tegevus, aga me peame vaatama ka tulevikku ja me peame andma midagi ka nendele riikidele, kellel riigi rahandus korras on. Me oleme huvitatud sellest, et Euroopa ühtset turgu arendatakse edasi. Me oleme huvitatud sellest, et edasi arendatakse ka 4 põhivabadust, ehk siis inimeste vaba liikumist, teenuste ja kaupade vaba liikumist ja kapitali vaba liikumist. Ja tänased otsused, need olid väga head otsused ja kõik need teemad, mis Eestile erilist huvi pakuvad, need leidsid ka kajastamist. Me oleme väga huvitatud digitaalse ühise turu arendamisest, kuna see valdkond Eestis on päris hästi arenenud ja me loodame, et see kasvatab mitu protsenti meie majandust, kui me saame omale Euroopa Liitu ühise digitaalse turu me oleme huvitatud sellest, et meil oleks digitaalne autentimine võimalik, isiku tuvastamine üle terve Euroopa Liidu. Need otsused, mis täna langetasid, on otse Eesti ettepanekutest justkui võetud. Nii et selles mõttes oli see üks hea ülemkogu.
Aluslepingutes vihjati ka järeldustes vihjati aluslepingute võimalikule muutmisele ja sellega majandusliku suveräänsuse suuremale andmisele Euroopa Liidule, kuidas see Eestile meeldib?
Aluslepingu muutmine tähendab eelkõige ikkagi ESM-i moodustamist ja muud võimalikud muutmised, et need on detsembrikuu ülemkogu teema. Praegu kindlalt öelda, et muudatused on vajalikud, me ei saa, sest et konkreetsetest muudatustest pole veel juttu olnud. Nii nagu need, kes soovivad aluslepinguid muuta, peavad kõige enam silmas just seda, et kõik Euroopa Liidu liikmesriigid peavad kokkulepitud reeglitest kinni pidama. Nii ka meie leiame, et headest reeglitest üksi on vähe. Juhul kui neid häid reegleid täidavad ainult mõningad Euroopa Liidu liikmesriigid. Nagu me teame, ülemäärase defitsiidi menetlust selles kriisis ei algatatud ainult 3 Euroopa Liidu liikmesriigi suhtes. Need riigid olid Luksemburg, Rootsi ja Eesti. Nüüd on ka Soome ülemäärase defitsiidi menetlusest välja jäänud, et neid riike on 4, kes reegleid täidavad, aga paraku ülejäänud 23 rikuvad endiselt reegleid. Ehk siis, kui meil on ühine valuuta, euro, no siis me peaksime kõik ka reeglitest kinni pidama ja kui reeglitest kinnipidamise tarvis on vaja muuta ka aluslepinguid, siis me ei peaks seda kohe eos välistama, vaid peaksime olema selleks valmis. Siseriiklikult kogu aeg parandatakse mitte toimivaid seadusi. Miks me ei võiks siis Euroopa üleselt seda sama teha?
Üks küsimus veel, et kui täna loodeti lõplikku lahendust võlakriisile, siis seda ei tulnud, et mille põhjal võib väita, et kolmapäeval see tuleb, kui kindel teie olete selles, et kolmapäeval saabub lahend?
Ma olen küll selles kaunis kindel ja nagu juba varem ülemkogu eelselt ka öeldud ei olnud täna põhjust selles osas ka mingisugust lahendust oodata, et kuna me ei ole lõplikku seisukohta Kreeka võla teenindamise jätkusuutlikkuse küsimuses, siis me ei saa otsustada ka sellega seotud küsimusi. Ehk siis erasektori kaasatuse küsimus jääb lahtiseks. Me ei saa otsustada ka pankade rekapitaliseerimise küsimust. Et need küsimused leiavad ilmselt lahenduse siis kolmapäeval. Kell 6 koguneb erakorraline ülemkogu ja kell 7 alustab aruteludega Eurogrupp. Aitäh.
Prime Minister, for the rest of us, what do you think
it's too late already.
Be a change in the draft according to your country? What do you think should be changed? Do you think there's anything should be changed in this draft?
In this draft?
Draft of the decision, yes.
It's a really good draft.
Sorry, Mr. Prime Minister, do you think that there are real political fears that this crisis will challenge the future of Eurozone exactly, in the political dimensions, please?
I don't think something will happen with the euro and the Eurozone. Yes, there is a quite deep crisis in some concrete Eurozone member states, but euro will have good future. So in Estonia we are satisfied with our Eurozone membership. Maybe for some people from Iran, it's quite difficult to understand why some Estonians they wanted to join the Eurozone when in some Eurozone member states they are in a very deep crisis. But for Estonians, it was really beneficial to join the Eurozone, and we are really satisfied because just 2 years ago, everybody was talking about the deepest crisis we had at that time in Baltic region. In fact, in Estonia, we collected quite remarkable reserves to our country during those really good years. During the years 2002-2007, we collected quite remarkable reserves, and we still have in our governmental sector reserves approximately 12% from our GDP, and the level of governmental sector debts in Estonia will be the lowest one in the European Union. In the end of this year, it will be 5.8% from our GDP. So, but 2 years ago, investors they were not ready to invest into Estonia's economy because there were a lot of rumors about possible devaluation of Estonian crown. In fact, we were using currency board system with a fixed exchange rate, and we didn't change our exchange rate during the last 18 years, but there were a lot of rumors, and the only way out from all those rumors was to join the Eurozone as soon as possible. And now, FDIs, they are creating new jobs in Estonia, they are creating new export volumes. Our growth rate in the first quarter of this year was 9.5%, on the second quarter it was 8.4%. So Euro is definitely supporting trade with other EU member states. 70% of our exports they are going to other EU member states, and now we can say no currency risks anymore. And Euro is beneficial also for our ordinary people because 90% from all the credits in Estonia they were taken in euros, and now once again no currency risks anymore. When there were those rumors about possible devaluation of Estonian crown, then people they were pretty nervous. They didn't know how much they had to pay back their credits after the devaluation. But now it's clear, no devaluations.
Perhaps there is a British proposal to create another currency. Out of Eurozone.
Sorry, I don't know nothing about this proposal, and Euro is good enough for Estonia. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Good night.